All right, guys, just to make a quick video. Haven't made a video in about a week. Not much going on in crypto. It's been a boring week. I check the news every so often just to see what's going on. Not too much. I mean, there's a few little things I want to talk about. I guess today's the big day because today is the Fed Reserve rate decision. As you can see, I'm on CNBC right now, and stocks are up today. And what does that mean when stocks are up? Well, that means Bitcoin's up too. Bitcoin back up to, I believe we're at like 84,000, almost $85,000 for Bitcoin. Overall, your altcoins up 7%, 9%. I mean, this is your typical ebbs and flows of the market. A lot of people right now think we're probably in a bearish phase of the market, which I guess we are. I'm not too worried about it. If we're bearish for the next 6 months to a year, honestly, I'm not even still worried about it. I mean, time flies fast. I was just talking to my friend the other day. I was like, on Friday last Friday when I was out with my friend, I was like, last summer, we saw Top Gun Maverick. I'm like, that was a cool movie in the theater. He's like, dude, that was 3 years ago. I'm like, it was 3 years ago? Like, I can't even keep track of time anymore because time flies so fast. So look, if we're bearish for another 6 months to a year, even if it happened to be 2 years, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Everything's so bullish right now on crypto, which we're going to talk about a little bit. And we know why we're dumping. A lot of it was because of the rate hikes. People want the Fed to lower the rates. But we got Trump with the tariffs. He's trying to remold the economy, which he said he was going to do. That gives you a little bit of uncertainty. People not knowing exactly what's going to go on. And, of course, that means people dump out of these risk assets. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm very bullish. So, overall, guys, and play a little bit of Rand Nooner. He's talking about it. He's talking about this guy. I think he's a head of an exchange or something like that. And he's talking about how we might be bearish for another 6 to 12 months, which I honestly don't care. So let's see what he has to say.
Trump is on a mission to keep markets down so that he can force Jerome Powell's hands to reduce interest rates, right? That's it. I think a lot of people are now starting to look at the thesis and going, look, we have to accept that maybe we're not in a bull market anymore. We did a show the other day where I said to you guys, I think we might not be in a bull market anymore. And now I see Ki Young Ju. Now, for those of you who don't know who Ki Young Ju is, he actually owns CryptoQuant. And CryptoQuant, those guys are probably the best on-chain analysts in the market, right? And he says, look, the Bitcoin bull cycle is over, expecting a 6 to 12 months of bearish or sideways price action. So he's starting to look at the on-chain metrics, right? And in the on-chain metrics, he's saying that he actually sees that we're in a bear market. Now, one thing he does say is he does point out that he's not. He said, yeah, I'll read you. Why not short BTC? He says it might take at least to 6 to 12 months to break the all-time high, but I don't think we're facing another 70% crash, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I found that to be interesting. You're seeing a lot of big players right now talk about that, how we're probably going to be bearish for the next 6 to 12 months. Trump trying to bring down the traditional markets, trying to create a little pain out there. So Jerome Powell lowers interest rates, which that's exactly what he's trying to do. Does that mean we're going to have another 6 months, 12 months of bearishness? I really have no idea. I really don't care. I'm not a trader. I'm not really selling anything. I'm just kind of chilling out. Everything's extremely bullish right now with these cryptos. Cardano. We're going to talk about XRP. That SEC just dropped the case against XRP. Or Ripple or XRP, whatever you want to call it. So everything's extremely bullish right now. So even if we are bearish for the next 6 to 12 months, I really don't give a crap. I don't know, guys. I've said this before, and I try to be mean, but if you're so obsessed on these day-to-day markets, you got to get a life. I'm so busy with other things right now. I don't even have time to think about it. So if it's another 6 months to a year, if it happens to be 2 years, yeah, that's going to suck a little bit. But hey, I mean, I'm still relatively young. I'll still be in my mid 40s, so it's not going to kill me. But I think my personal opinion is any moment we can come out of this slump. Yeah, we can go down to 70. We can have a really bad month or something like that. But I think you're foolish to be trading right now. And I think Rand Nooner, because he's all about trading, because he gets all the kickbacks from Bybit and the exchanges, he's probably going to encourage trading right now. Oh, short this, long that, because we're going to go bearish. I don't believe in any of that. I think that's how you lose all your money. So I would just be holding it right now. And honestly, if you have extra money, I know a lot of people don't have extra money right now. I really don't have any extra money right now either to be buying a lot more cryptos, but this is a gift, guys. Like if you didn't get into these markets at all and you're just getting in right now and you can get some of these altcoins, especially some of these metaverse coins, some of these gaming coins, some of these meme coins like Doge and Sheeb for the prices they are right now, whew, man, sometimes it's all about timing. You know, some people come into these markets, they don't know anything about crypto. They just happen to come in when things are down and they buy and they end up coming out of the thing rich. And that's kind of what we're at right now. With that said, I mean, like I said, you know, SEC will drop its appeal against Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Recent news indicates that the SEC's enforcement action against Ripple might be winding down during the Trump administration. And we already told you that with Trump coming in, there's not going to be any lawsuits against these altcoins. That time has passed. And it looks like we were right about that one. So the SEC commissioned multi-year enforcement action against Ripple is finally coming to an end, according to the company's CEO. This is it, the moment we've been waiting for. The SEC will drop its appeal, a resounding victory for Ripple, for crypto. Every way you look at it, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse wrote on X. Yeah, so it's over. There's no more litigation against Ripple. There's nothing to hold back Ripple. What does that mean? It means as soon as we go bullish again, as soon as Bitcoin makes it back up to $90,000, $95,000, you're going to see Ripple up to $4 or $5. It's a guarantee. I would bet everything I got on it, guys. You know, when Bitcoin goes back to all-time highs, especially over $100,000, there's no question we're going to be at a $4 or $5 XRP. There's nothing holding it back. So extremely bullish. I also saw with Cardano, a little bit of fun news with Cardano. If I can find it. There's so many pop-ups, like you can't even... What is this article? Oh, so they're just talking about how Cardano Foundation, Frederick Grigard, what a weird name, has confirmed that the blockchain platform is actively collaborating with NASA on data provenance track solutions and satellite data applications. So we got Cardano, Charles Hoskinson working with NASA. We also have Cardano in with the basket of the U.S. crypto strategic reserve. So guys, I mean, everything is just so bullish right now as far as like the fundamentals. It's just with the economy. And look, if you own tech stocks, you're down. If you own Tesla, you're down. If you own Nvidia, you're down. Like everybody's down right now because, like I said, Trump is trying to pull these markets back a little bit to get Jerome Powell to lower rates. And I'm going to finish with this. You know, I know a lot of people think it's boring, but I've been talking to you guys a long time about MicroStrategy, and it's nice to see Rand Nooner talking about it. I think a lot of the smart people can see it, that MicroStrategy is such a freaking scam, and it's absolutely going to collapse the entire crypto market when we go into a bear market. I'm thinking like maybe a $15,000, $20,000 Bitcoin in about a year or two when we're at the pits of a bear market just because of what MicroStrategy did. I've said this before. I think the SEC is going to come in, shut down trading on MicroStrategy. I think they're going to get their margin calls, blah, 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 blah. Because you have to understand, MicroStrategy, it's a software company, but they don't make any money with their software. It's like they just buy Bitcoin. It's a scam in the making. And you look at Michael Saylor, you see that like a sleazy Miami guy. Like I really hate these Miami guys. They're all such lowlifes. But Rand Nooner talks about it a little bit, and there's not too much other news other than the FOMC meeting, and that hasn't really happened yet. So let's hear a little bit of this.
So MicroStrategy represented 28% of the flow into Bitcoin last year. And what's super important to note is that yesterday, they came out with a new kind of share offering. Now, you'll recall that what MicroStrategy has done is they are fantastic financial engineers. And they engineer different products to allow them to raise money to buy Bitcoin to appeal to different markets. Probably their best product that they've created is a convertible bond. And that convertible bond allows people that invest in fixed income to earn 0%, so 0% fixed income, but to get exposure to the upside of Bitcoin. It's like a loophole in the system. Not a loophole, but it's a hack in the system. Anyway, long story short. Yesterday they announced a new launch of a new share offering called Strife, STRF. This is slightly different. It's a perpetual contract stock offering. So it's a perpetual contract stock offering. Now, I want to show you this. This is the document. I'm not really going to look at the document. I want to show you what is it? So let's go to the beginning of this tweet. Let's go back to it. Sorry, let's go back to that. And okay, so what is Strife? For those of you wanting a simple breakdown, this is what MicroStrategy actually announced. Strife is a Series A perpetual preferred stock with a 10% annual dividend. Here's the catch. That is paid in cash every quarter. If the dividends are not paid, they compound quarterly at 1% per year, up to a maximum of 18%. Strategy uses the proceeds from STRF to acquire the new Bitcoin. Sounds pretty simple to this point, right? When will it be available? Who cares? Redemption or buyback. Strategy can redeem Strife if less than 25% of the original shares remain, or if certain tax events actually occur. Liquidation preference, each Strife share charts with 100% liquidation, $100 liquidation. In other words, $100 is what you get back before common stockholders if the company winds down. In other words, it's called a preferential share because when you wind down, they get preference, and when there's a dividend, they get preference, right? Okay, so why does this matter? What is the problem with this? The problem lies in this table over here. You know, MicroStrategy's basically got three offerings now. You got the MSTR share, then you got the STRK Strike, which is the preferred stock, and now you got the new one called Strife. Problem is with Strife is that it says that they pay a dividend of 10% per 100 shares, so it's 10% annual, paid in cash. The last one was 8% annual, paid in cash or stock. This one is paid in cash. Here's the problem. Where does MicroStrategy get the cash to fund the dividend? Because we know that they're not staking their Bitcoin and getting yield on their Bitcoin. If they were, I'd say, okay, maybe they can get it. They're certainly not getting 10% a year. We also know that their software business isn't actually generating that much cash, right? So like if you look at the software business and you look at the stats of the software business, they don't have enough money in the software business to be able to commit to paying $50 million a year, which is exactly what they're committed to doing. And so now people are starting to say, look, I mean, this is from Ivan Texas, Saylor raises the stakes, now offering 10% interest to raise money, crazy interest rates. Either he's desperate for cash or he knows what's coming. Now, no one knows what's coming, right? There's no, and if he does know what's coming and if he's wrong, then this is a problem, right? So now the big question is, and I mean, this guy, Caleb Frazen, says, I'm not a big fan of this. This is a degree of financialization that goes over my head. This complexity, at least for me, continues to raise flags, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I hope it works, but it'll be without me. A lot of people are concerned. Someone says, by Saylor increasing his average Bitcoin, it becomes increasingly likely that he's the reason why this all blows up. So a lot of people are concerned that MicroStrategy will start taking this market down, and Ivan on Tech says, time to start praying that Saylor is not the new SPF, or is it too early to say that?
Yeah, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but like, there's only like a couple more minutes left. I've been talking about this for a while. You guys know I was in MicroStrategy. I did really good on MicroStrategy. I mean, not really. I think I made like 50 grand or something off holding MicroStrategy. I think I put like 5 grand into MicroStrategy and I made like 50 grand. So, you know, not to toot my own horn, I think I held the thing for like 5 months. So, I know a lot of people did a lot better than that, but hey, that's not bad for me. So, and then I completely got out of MicroStrategy because I just knew it was a big scam. This was like months ago. And if I had held it longer, you know, I would have made a little bit more money, but now it's down. My point is, you have to understand that when we go into a bear market, which we're not in yet, I'm talking about the pits of the bear market. It's full-fledged bear market. Everybody's miserable. Bitcoin's like $40,000, $35,000. You're going to start to see the cracks. It's like a ship. Like MicroStrategy is like a ship. And then you're going to see cracks start to form on the hull of that ship, and it's going to start to leak. And there's not going to be anybody to save it because nobody's going to be buying the stock. When you guys know as well as me, people only buy cryptos and they only buy stocks when they're going up because everybody's dumb money, right? Everybody's dumb money. Hell, I was dumb money for years. I'm still kind of dumb money because the minute something goes up, I want to go in and buy it too. Even I know that's the worst thing you can do. So what's going to happen is it's going to start to leak. It's going to explode. It's going to collapse. And we've never seen anything like this before in Bitcoin where that big of a player controls that much Bitcoin. So in my personal opinion, like I said, it's going to be a complete catastrophe. It's going to kill MicroStrategy for at least short term. Like I said, they're probably going to be shut down. And I think without MicroStrategy, we'd probably see like a $40,000 bottom for Bitcoin. But we're probably going to see like a $20,000 or $15,000 bottom for Bitcoin because of the complete, utter collapse of MicroStrategy. It might only be short term, who knows? But of course, a $20,000 Bitcoin means your Cardano is going back down to 5 cents, you know? And your XRP is going back down to 20 cents. So my point is, guys, like, we don't want to be holding these altcoins. We don't even want to be holding Bitcoin when we go into the bear market. Now, like I said, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. We are in kind of a risky situation where if we are going into a multi-year bear market right now, we have to monitor MicroStrategy. Because right now, MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, he's trying to do a lot of sneaky, sleazy things to generate money. I can tell you guys, I've been a private investigator for 20 years. I'm contracted out by one of the biggest police departments. We're a subcontractor of that police department to do their new applicant background investigations. So I know if somebody's a sleazeball or not. I've interviewed thousands of people. I mean, that's why I've been so busy this week, going through the city where I live, interviewing police applicants, talking to people. I know a scumbag when I see one. Michael Saylor is a scumbag. Okay? He's a rich scumbag. He's done well for himself, but he's running a company that makes no money. You know, it's a shell business. His software business is a shell business. There's like zero income. I mean, there's some income, but it's not like what you would expect. So he's making all of his money basically off Bitcoin going up and being able to sell his stock and leverage his stock. Unfortunately for crypto, that means it's basically going to collapse all of crypto. There's no way around it at this point. Michael Saylor is going to end up being the next Sam Bankman-Fried, and you're seeing a lot of people talking about it, like Rand Nooner and all these people on Twitter and Ivan on Tech. Everybody can see it now. Now, a lot of people don't want to say it because they don't want to like shit on Michael Saylor, because if he fucks up and does something stupid, like if the word spreads that Michael Saylor is a big scumbag, like it's going to hurt the bull market. So it's like people are like afraid to say it. But once Bitcoin starts to collapse and Michael Saylor's behind it, he's going to be the next Sam Bankman-Fried. Will he end up going to jail? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think it's really criminal what he's doing, but I think it's extremely reckless. So I think that could mean the collapse of MicroStrategy, and of course it could be a multi-year bear market for crypto and take us down to the depths we've never seen before. Now, I don't think that's going to happen for another couple years. I think we're still in a bull market. I think we're still on track, and I'm overall bullish. But that's something we have to be aware of, that next year, the year after, maybe it won't be for 3 years. I don't know. Whenever we go into the bull market and then we top and then we start to go bearish again, probably a year from that point, maybe it's 2 years from now, you're going to see Michael Saylor as the next Sam Bankman-Fried. Although I don't think I don't think what he's doing is criminal. I just think it's highly reckless. So this is something I'm monitoring. It's one of my biggest fears right now being in crypto. If it wasn't for Michael Saylor, I would actually even not have a problem holding all my crypto until another bear market. You know, I just, it is what it is. Like I said, time flies. But because of Michael Saylor, I really want to be out of every single crypto I own, especially MicroStrategy. But I want to be out of every single crypto I own by the time we go into a bear market. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. So we have a situation right now. We're waiting for the tariff situation, see what happens with that. We're waiting for the Fed to make their announcement. And then in another couple months, the Fed's probably going to lower interest rates. That's probably going to be the big catalyst that takes us into the bull market and brings Bitcoin back to $100,000. Worst case scenario, that's 3 to 6 months away. And then we're going to reach a top. Maybe it'll be at the end of the summer, maybe going into fall. And then after that, you better be out of these markets or you're going to be crying to mommy. I'm probably like the dumbest person in my family. I have a lot of people in my family went to Ivy League schools and things like that. Everybody I've talked to about this thinks Michael Saylor's a sleazeball. I've talked to people that went to Princeton, Ivy League schools, that are people in finance. They're all basically just waiting for Michael Saylor to collapse and MicroStrategy to collapse. So, and like I said, my skill is I know a sleazeball when I see one. Now, of course, most of the sleazeballs I deal with are like ghetto thugs, but they're all the same. Michael Saylor, his problem is he was already a guy worth like $100 million, but a lot of these guys get so rich, they get so greedy, they want it all. The 100 million isn't enough. The 500 million isn't enough. They just want it all. They want it all. I want all the Bitcoin. I want everything. I want billions. And unfortunately, Michael Saylor caught that bug. It's a bug called greed. It always takes people down, and unfortunately, it's going to take everybody down around him as well. So, and I think, like I said, I think the crash for MicroStrategy is going to be 10 times worse than anything Sam Bankman-Fried could have done. I think it's going to be, it might even kill crypto. It might even just kill it. I don't know. Or it might just kill it for a couple years or whatever. But I can just tell you guys, the next bear market we go, not this bear market where like Bitcoin drops 20%. I'm talking about the bear market, when everybody's miserable. CNBC says crypto's over. Oh my God, why did we buy crypto? It's such a scam. When you start to see that, when we go in 2 years, it's going to be really, really bad. And like I said, it's 100% MicroStrategy will be the cause of it. And then all the other scams are going to collapse. All the exchanges that are scams. You're probably going to see Bybit collapsing. Just like it always happens. Once the big Kahuna scam collapses, then all the scams around it start to collapse. So it's going to be, it's going to be bad. But anyway, other than that, guys, you guys know I like to talk about MicroStrategy. Other than that, guys, the market's looking pretty good today. 84,701, waiting for that Fed move. It's probably a sell the news event. Probably people just trying to trade it right now. We'll see what happens. If Bitcoin gets above $90,000 again, that's extremely bullish. Even getting above $85,000 and kind of hanging out there is kind of bullish. Unfortunately, I probably think we're probably just going to have a little pump because of the meeting, 85, 86, then probably go back down to 82 and just kind of hang out there for a while. But I could be wrong. We don't know what the Fed's going to announce. This is crypto. You got to be a lunatic to be shorting. You got to be a lunatic to be longing. You got to be a lunatic to be trading. If you believe in crypto and you want to make money, now is the time to just hold and wait until we get into the next phase of the bull market. Other than that, guys, not too much else to talk about. Not much has really changed. I'm still bullish. I'm still holding my crypto. And I have I'm trying to sell my condo for a while. Man, I'm never buying a condo again because condos, there's so much crap you have to go through when you sell it. It's hard for people to get financing because of the whole condos and HOAs and stuff like that. But this could work out. Actually, I have a contract in on my condo right now. The last one fell through. If this one goes through, I might just take $5,000 out of that and maybe just buy some more Cardano with it. Now, if this time next month Bitcoin's at like $75,000, everything's dumping, I'll definitely buy more crypto with a small percentage of the money I made from my condo. So like I said, I'm overall bullish. I'm not scared, but you have to look into the future and see that Michael Saylor is the next Satan. He is the Satan of crypto, and he's going to tank everything. I'll bet anybody right now, the next bear market, it's going to be 10 times worse because of Michael Saylor. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.